Ah, YouTube, interwebs, AV, what is up? William Quick, Fan 16 here again for another episode of Dunce Cap. Will be rounding out my little Netflix instant watch series viewing of episodes and everything. And this last one, at least that I've watched so far, yeah, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to watch it, but I said, just like Gungrave and Gun X Sword, I was like, I am bored as shit. I don't know what to watch. I don't feel like trying to suffer through any more Gunslinger Girl right now. Or, God, what else was I trying to watch? Shit. I don't know. There's another show on there that I'm like a couple of episodes in. I was like, I just don't really feel like watching this. I didn't feel like watching any of the new stuff that's coming out because I am lazy as hell. So, yeah. Anyways, that series is Air Gear. And it's finally one that actually originated as a manga. That started in 2003, and it's still ongoing. It's got over 36 volumes out. It's still ongoing. And the anime didn't come out until 2006. And I was like, wow. And then I'm also kind of like, why isn't there any more of this? But then it's also surprising that Air Gear won the 2006 Kodansha Manga Award for the Shonen category. What? What was its competition? That must have been awful for Air Gear to win. Unless the anime just does the manga no justice at all. Which that would be really sad. Then that as I'm going to go on to talk about and everything, it would be really sad if the anime does no justice to the manga. And yet it was still made and put out. And let alone fucking licensed in the U.S. I mean, oh my god. I don't know. I've just been really confused over the quality of shit that's, 5+ years old that has been brought to the U.S. Like, the quality is not good. Exactly. Or it's subpar. Makes me really enjoy that I didn't get into the anime a whole lot until like 2008. So yay me. Anywho, sub versus dub, of course, from Netflix and to watch. So I watched dub. I don't know. Maybe the sub on this would be okay. I'm not really sure. I mean, I thought the dub work was alright. I mean, it was nothing fantastic, but it's whatever. I mean, there are still a couple of voice actors that I did recognize and everything. I mean, not as much as the others, and everything, but yeah, I mean, I still sort of recognize some, they're just not used as much in everything, so. And then as far as the animation goes, I'm disappointed. It's 2006. And this animation looks like it was from like 2002. Like it just... I don't know if it was like, say, just to kind of go along better with how the manga is, and everything as far as details go and whatnot, but... I don't know. But, like just say, I was kind of disappointed, in the animation or whatever, but I let it slide. I was like, whatever, it's the animation, I'm just going to go ahead and go through it. Which is kind of surprising because I sat there and when I watched it in 2 days. Like, I had some days off and I sat there and watched like the first 14 episodes straight. Just sitting there, episode. Just boom. And it's a 26 episode series, so I got that shit done in no time. And everything. So yeah. Story, it's about Icky and he has didn't even know about, you know, this whole AT, which is ATs are air treks. You know, kind of what they were and whatnot. And then he finds out about them. And then he's like, yeah, this is awesome. And then, you know, he starts going along, kind of doing it a little bit by bit and everything. And then he's like, I want to have my own team. And I'm going to be the greatest ever because I am, like, narcissistic. And I already think I'm going to be the greatest ever. Or that I am the greatest ever. And I am so cool that I have these natural ability to go ahead and do these insane tricks, you know, in order to beat these other teams. That way I can take their shit instead of beating the shit out of them. And yeah, because this kid's actually kind of a delinquent. It's kind of like, why? You know, why give this kid motorized, you know, rollerblades? Why? But yeah, overall, I mean, the entire idea of motorized skates that allow you to jump fucking, I don't know how many hundreds of feet, like you're Evel Knievel going, you know, 80, 90, 100 mile an hour or whatever, you know, jumping the damn Grand Canyon or some shit. You know, I mean, there's like, whoa, flying, yeah, because they got bird name references, and it's like, woo! And then you got, just the whole idea of that. And then you got, yeah, I mean, you could climb up walls, like you can go so fast, all you gotta do is do some spin maneuvers and everything to keep your grip and whatever. And then you can go straight up like 5-story buildings and just all sorts of craziness. You can ride on power lines. You know, just insane anime shit. You know, it's just like, okay, oh, this sounds fucking fantastic. We're gonna make it. Woo! Yeah. So I don't know. It just kind of surprised me. Just the outrage. I mean, the odd ridiculousness that is this. You know, because it's almost too regularly ridiculous instead of just being ridiculous. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure my train of thought of that, but that's what comes to mind is just like, whatever. Everything. And so, yeah, that's basically the whole story. He wants to be the best. He wants to climb to the top and beat the 8 leader gods of ATs or whatever and everything. I kind of forget the name of the organizations and shit and everything. But what's weird is, like, apparently it's like kind of like an illegal thing because there's like, you know, apparently some special police force or whatever that's supposed to go after him, but they show up like fucking twice and try to bust these people, and then everyone gets away. Like, there's no point and everything. And the thing is this shit goes on all over the internet of, you know, videos being posted, and, you know, this one website for being parts wars where it's like, hey, we're gonna come out here and we're gonna beat this team's ass, and, you know, then we're gonna, you know, win the parts war, blah, you know, because they had different classes, A to F and everything. And so, you know, it's just kind of all more, it's really simple to understand, but it's just kind of like, I don't really feel like explaining it because, I don't know, now talking about it more, I'm just like, man, this kind of sucks. So yeah. Anyways, you know, you got the characters, like, say, Icky and his team, like, all these people. You got this perverted fatty who rides one AT upside down on his damn head. It's ridiculous. And then you got his buddy who's super, you know, he's pretty fast. And then you got this giant, really super fat dude, but apparently he has the ability to make it look like he's fat, but then he moves all the blood from, you know, being at his gut to his muscles, and then he's like, whoa, all ripped and everything. And then, oh yeah, and then he's got this other guy who's like the younger brother of this dude who's the head of that special police organization and everything, you know, which is kind of like, okay, but he's got like a split personality, and it switches whenever he takes his eye patch from one eye to the other. And if his eye patch is on the left eye, then like he's like, I fucking hate you. you're an ignorant piece of shit, you know, blah blah. And then if you turn it over the other one, or the other eye, or I could be switching up which side the eye patch is on, or but if you switch the other eye, then it's like, oh hey, you know, you're so cool, Icky, you're awesome, la 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 la. Now I'm gonna kiss you. Yeah, that's right. That little kid is a homo. And it's really weird in the show that all of a sudden it's like, ah, ha, ha. Which I should go ahead and take side note, or a little bit of side time for that to talk about the rating of this show. Yeah, it said I'm pretty sure originally when I added it to my instant queue on Netflix that it was TV-14. And I looked at it and I read the description. I was like, it seems pretty childish, you know. It kind of seems like there might be a little bit of language and a little bit of violence and some gang stuff and everything. But I was like, all it does, I mean, as far as I could tell from just the look of the animation and from the, like, say, the description of it, it was kind of like, you know, oh, okay, this kid, you know, tries hard and everything, you know, to, you know, try to be the best at doing this, you know, motorized inline skate thing or whatever. And, you know, kind of, yeah, you know. I mean, just general stuff. I figured, you know, it'd be pretty simple stuff. I mean, and I figured it'd be a really tame, you know, TV-14 thing. Well, when I watched it, when I actually got around to finally watching it on Netflix, it was unrated. And boy, was I surprised. It took no time at all for this show to be saying fuck and shit and cocksucker. Maybe not cocksucker, but god damn it. And just all sorts of language. I actually think this show had more language overall in it than Black Lagoon. And that is saying something. I'm just like, holy shit. At every single episode, I was like, really? There's this much language to this? And then to top it all off, oh, boom, we're going to throw some girls' assay. We're going to throw some dudes' assay. Oh, boom, we're going to throw some tits in your face. Oh, wait, let's just go ahead and top it off with a long-range pan shot of Icky's dick. Yeah. They had a close-up shot, and they had this little crow dude, like, you know, spinning around in a little circle, being like, you know, look at me, you know, I'm blocking his penis, blah, 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 you know, and then the people around talking about, man, it's small, and blah, 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 and he's freaking out, blah, you know, and then they do this wide-out pan shot, and I'm looking at him, I'm just like, that's his penis. They go ahead and didn't cover that. That's just fantastic. Yep. So I was really surprised over all that shit. I did not expect any of that, and then I got all this. So I definitely was surprised because any descriptions, and of course nobody talks about this show. And so from the descriptions and everything, I was like, okay, you know, I was like, say, expecting something for, you know, young teens. No, boom. So actually, you know, with how much language is in it and just how much they ridiculously cuss at each other, I laughed. Like, I was able to get some laughs, and there were some generally funny things about it. And they tried to throw some feelings in there too and whatnot with the girls, because the main character actually has like 3 girls or whatever that like him, and no fucking clue. He's as dense as a motherfucker. And has no idea, and of course the girls don't even try to say anything about it or nothing, and it's just like, yeah, whatever, you know. Apparently it wasn't an important story, and so I think if it wasn't important to it, then they shouldn't even really try to include it and try to make the show actually a bit more serious. Well, I mean, still have the comedy in there or whatever, but actually try to do some other focus. Yeah, everything. So that's kind of what it is. It's 25. Like I say, it's 25 episodes plus like a extra episode or whatever. But apparently, there's an OVA out that from like 2002 to 2011. Have not seen. I would assume the animation's a hell of a lot better. But I don't know. I'm not interested actually in seeing any more of this. But apparently, it must be popular as hell in Japan because it's still ongoing from '03 and everything and whatnot. So yeah. But what's that last part? Anime vs. manga, like I said, no idea, haven't read it, don't plan to, and everything, so it's kind of whatever. And for the sake of surprise and all that stuff, I actually went ahead and on Netflix gave it a 3-star as well, just because, like I say, I was surprised. All of a sudden they started saying fuck and throwing boobs in my face for a couple of episodes, and you know, I mean, I don't know, you know, them just all of a sudden, you know, showing main dude's dick, I mean, almost dropped it down to it too, but I laughed enough from all the ridiculous language. And it's not even slang language either. I mean, a lot of, you know, it wasn't like pussy and blah, you know, just, you know, or, you know, like I said earlier, cocksucker or whatever. No, it wasn't any of that. It was just fuck and shit and god damn it and, you know, just regular cursing and everything. So I was really surprised at that and everything. So for those of you who have not seen this, now, you know, if you go ahead and watch this video to the point where I explain all that, then you will know that Netflix description is full of shit and you got no idea what you're getting into. But now you know because I just told you. Ipso facto. I just told you thusly. Yeah. But that's kind of all I got for that. I actually did recognize a couple of the songs and everything from the show, but they were all right. Or actually, there was only one of them that, you know, actually stood out that I thought was all right. The rest were kind of like bleh, whatever, and everything. So overall, I guess, you know, I was kind of disappointed, especially at the ending. I thought they were gonna do so much more, or, you know, cover so much more time in the episodes and everything, but they didn't. They all of a sudden just got to this point. And then they spent like the last 3 or 4 episodes at this one point, and then it's like, okay, it's done. It's like, what the hell? I was expecting all this to happen. So I don't know. Like I say, I'm not going to read the manga to find out. But anyways, I have ran long enough talking about this anime. So, peace out. Side of Fan 16 for an episode. Dunce Cap. Leave.